Hello everyone and welcome back to Teacher English Speaking Channel, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Lucy.
And I'm Tom. Hello everyone, I'm very happy to be here today because we have a very useful topic for everyday English learners.
Yes. Tom, today's lesson is simple, natural, and something everyone can talk about.
Lucy, I want to ask you directly, how do people talk about their daily habits in English?
That's a great question. Tom, many learners want to talk about their real life, but they don't know how to describe what they do every day.
Yes, I often want to say what I do in the morning, what I eat, or what I do after work, but I'm not sure how to say it naturally.
And you are not alone. Talking about habits is one of the most common topics in daily English conversations.
Habits like waking up, eating breakfast, going to work, or relaxing at night.
Exactly. These are simple actions, but they are perfect for English practice, especially for A1 and A2 learners.
So in today's lesson, we will learn how to talk about habits in easy, natural English.
Yes, we will talk about morning habits, breakfast habits, travel habits, work and study habits, evening habits, night habits, weekend habits, good habits and bad habits, and how to build new habits.
And we will use short sentences, simple grammar, and very common words.
Before we start, please take a moment to support our channel.
Please hit the like button,
Tell us in the comments where you are watching from.
and don't forget to subscribe to Teacher English Speaking so you can learn practical English with us every week.
All right, Tom, let's start with the basics.
Great. So what exactly is a habit?
A habit is something you do again and again. You do it often, and you don't think too much about it. It becomes a normal part of your life.
So a habit is something automatic?
Exactly. You don't stop and ask, should I do this? You just do it because it feels natural.
Oh, I see. Like brushing my teeth in the morning.
Perfect example. Brushing your teeth is a daily habit. You wake up, go to the bathroom, and you brush your teeth.
Yes, I do that every day without thinking.
Right. Here are a few more simple habits. Waking up early, checking your phone, drinking coffee or tea, and going to work or school.
Wow, I do all of those things.
That's why habits are great for English practice. Everyone has habits, so everyone has something to talk about.
Lucy, can a habit be something you do every day and something you do every week?
Yes, a habit can be daily, weekly, or even monthly. For example, I go to work every day is a daily habit. I clean my room every Saturday is a weekly habit.
So habits are not only morning habits.
Exactly. We can talk about morning habits, work habits, evening habits, and weekend habits.
How do we talk about habits in simple English?
We often use frequency words, always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. A simple pattern is I, then the frequency word, and then the verb.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. I always brush my teeth. I usually drink coffee. I sometimes watch TV at night. I never wake up late.
These are short and clear.
Yes. And one more thing. Habits can be good or bad. Good habits help you. Bad habits don't help you. The important thing is, You can talk about both in English.
Okay, so where do we begin in a normal day?
Let's begin with the morning, right after you wake up. So, Tom, what is the first thing you do in the morning?
The first thing, I usually check my phone.
Haha, that's very common. Many people check their phone right after they wake up.
Yes, I check the time, read messages, and sometimes look at social media.
That can be a habit, but is it a good habit or a bad habit for you?
Maybe a bad one. Sometimes I feel more tired after looking at my phone.
I understand. For some people, it's a bad habit. For others, it's just a normal habit.
What about you? Lucy, what do you do in the morning?
I usually wake up, get out of bed, and make my bed.
You make your bed every morning?
Yes, I always make my bed. It makes the room look tidy, and it helps me feel ready for the day.
I sometimes make my bed, but not always. If I'm in a hurry, I don't do it.
That's okay. Habits are different for everyone.
After that, I usually go to the bathroom and brush my teeth.
Good. Brushing your teeth is a very common morning habit.
Then I wash my face and I sometimes take a shower.
Perfect. You can say, I usually take a shower in the morning.
Morning showers help me wake up.
Great sentence. After that, what do you do?
I get dressed, go to the kitchen, and I usually eat breakfast or drink coffee.
Exactly. Morning habits are the small actions we do after waking up, before work or school. And after that, most people think about one simple thing: breakfast. That's right. So, Tom, do you usually eat breakfast?
Yes, I do. I usually eat breakfast at home before I go to work.
Good. What do you usually eat for breakfast?
My breakfast is very simple. I usually eat toast with butter.
Toast with butter is very common. Do you drink anything with it?
Yes, I always drink coffee in the morning.
You can say, I always drink coffee for breakfast. That sounds very natural.
I like that sentence. It's easy to say and easy to remember. What about you? Lucy, what do you usually eat for breakfast?
I usually eat something light. Sometimes I eat yogurt with fruit.
That sounds healthy.
You can say, I usually eat yogurt and fruit for breakfast.
Yes, but some mornings I don't eat much. I just drink tea.
Good example. Sometimes I just drink tea. Very simple.
Lucy, what if someone does not eat breakfast at all?
Then they can say, I never eat breakfast.
That's very clear. Always means 100% and never means 0%.
Exactly. We also use words like usually and sometimes to show frequency.
Can breakfast habits be different on weekdays and weekends?
Yes, very different. On weekdays, many people eat quickly because they are busy,
And on weekends, people often eat slowly and relax.
right? You can say, on weekends, I usually have a big breakfast.
I feel more confident now. Talking about breakfast habits is actually very easy.
Great. And when breakfast is done, the next routine question is, how do you get to work or school?
Right. I usually leave right after breakfast.
So, Tom, how do you usually go to work?
I usually take the bus to work.
Good sentence. I usually take the bus is very natural English.
Sometimes I walk to work when the weather is nice.
Perfect. You can say, sometimes I walk to work.
What about you, Lucy? How do you go to work?
I usually drive my car, but I sometimes take the train.
So your travel habit can change.
Exactly. Habits are regular, but they are not always the same every day.
Lucy, I hear people say go to work and get to work. Are they the same?
Good question. Go to work talks about the action. Get to work talks about arriving.
So I can say, I go to work by bus, or I get to work at 8 o'clock.
Yes, both sentences are correct and very common.
What verbs do we often use when talking about travel habits?
We often use simple verbs like walk, take, drive, and ride.
For example, I walk to work. I take the bus. I drive a car, and I ride a bike.
Exactly. Simple verbs help you speak more clearly and confidently.
Can travel habits be different on weekdays and weekends?
Yes, for example, on weekdays, I go to work, but on weekends, I usually stay at home.
That makes sense. Travel habits are a big part of our daily routine.
And once you arrive, your habits continue at work or at school.
Yes, Lucy, I spend many hours at work, so my habits there are very important.
Exactly. Good work habits help you feel organized and calm. Bad habits can make you feel stressed.
Lucy, what is one work habit you have every day?
I always make a list of things to do before I start working.
Oh, like a to-do list.
Yes. I write down my tasks so I don't forget them.
That sounds very organized. I sometimes make a list, but I don't always follow it.
That's very common. Many people do that.
One of my bad work habits is that I am often late for meetings.
Thank you for being honest. That is a good example of a bad habit.
I always think I have more time, and then I have to hurry.
Yes, that happens to many people. A good habit is to arrive 5 minutes early.
What about study habits, especially for English learners?
Study habits are very important for learning English.
My study habit is listening to English in the evening.
That's a good habit. You can say, I usually study English in the evening.
Sometimes I feel tired, so I don't study for a long time.
That's okay. Short study time is better than no study time.
So even 10 minutes a day is good.
Yes, 10 minutes every day is a strong habit.
I also have a bad study habit. I check my phone while studying.
Many learners do that. Phones can break your focus very quickly.
I want to change that habit.
That's a great start. Good work and study habits help you feel more confident every day. And after a long day, we all do something similar. We slow down in the evening.
Yes, Lucy. In the evening, I usually feel tired, so my habits are very simple.
That's very normal. The evening is a time to slow down and relax. So, Tom, what do you usually do after work?
After work, I usually go home, sit on the sofa, and relax for a few minutes.
That sounds nice. Relaxing after work is a very common evening habit.
Yes. I don't do anything big at first. I just sit and rest my mind.
That is actually a good habit. A short break helps your body and brain relax.
After that, I often watch TV or check my phone.
Watching TV and using your phone are very common evening habits.
Sometimes I watch a TV series. Sometimes I watch short videos online.
Good. When we talk about evening habits, we can use simple sentences like, in the evening, I usually, or after work, I often.
For example, in the evening, I usually watch TV.
Perfect. Very clear and very natural.
Lucy, do you have any evening habits?
Yes, I do. After work, I usually cook dinner at home.
You cook every evening?
Not every evening, but I usually do. Cooking helps me relax.
I don't cook very often. I usually order food.
That's okay. Ordering food is also an evening habit.
After dinner, I usually feel sleepy.
Many people feel that way. What do you do then?
I often sit on the sofa again and watch something easy, like a comedy.
That's a good choice. Evening habits are often about rest, not stress.
Some people exercise in the evening, right?
Yes, some people go to the gym or take a short walk.
I sometimes take a walk near my house.
That's great. Even small actions can be healthy evening habits. And when the day is almost finished, we have a few habits right before sleep.
Yes, Lucy. Night habits feel very personal. Everyone is a little different.
That's true, but many night habits are very common. So, Tom, what do you usually do before you sleep?
Before I sleep, I usually brush my teeth, change into my pajamas, and lie down on my bed.
Those are very common night habits. We often start sentences with, before I sleep,
Before I sleep, I usually check my phone.
That is a very common habit today. Many people do that.
Yes, but I know it's not a good habit.
You're right. Using your phone before bed can make it harder to sleep.
Sometimes I check my phone for a few minutes, but it becomes a long time.
That happens to many people. Do you have any good night habits?
Yes, sometimes I read a book before sleeping.
That is a very good night habit. Reading helps your mind relax.
I don't read for a long time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
That's perfect. A habit does not need to be long. It just needs to be regular.
Lucy, do you have a night routine?
Yes, I do. Before I sleep, I always brush my teeth, turn off the lights, and read quietly.
You always read before sleeping.
Yes, almost every night. It helps me sleep better.
So some night habits are good, and some are bad.
Exactly. Good night habits help you relax and sleep well.
And bad night habits make it hard to sleep, like using your phone too much.
Right. But remember, we can talk about all of them in simple English. Now, what about Saturdays and Sundays? Weekend habits are often very different from weekday habits.
Yes, Lucy, on weekdays, life feels busy. But on weekends, everything feels slower.
Exactly. So, Tom, how are your weekends different from your weekdays?
On weekdays, I wake up early and go to work, but on weekends, I usually wake up late.
That's very common. Many people sleep later on Saturday and Sunday.
Sometimes I wake up at 10 or even 11 in the morning.
That sounds very relaxing. What do you usually do after you wake up on weekends?
I usually have a slow morning. I drink coffee, check my phone, and relax.
A slow morning is a popular weekend habit.
Yes, I don't like to rush on weekends.
What about food? Are your weekend eating habits different?
Yes, on weekends. I often eat outside or order food.
That's different from weekdays.
Yes, on weekdays, I eat simple food at home.
Tom, do you have any special weekend habits?
Yes. On Saturday morning, I usually clean my house.
Every Saturday?
Yes, almost every Saturday. It's part of my routine.
What do you do after cleaning?
After that, I usually read the news or go for a walk.
Walking on the weekend feels very nice.
On weekends, I often meet my friends.
That's a great habit. Social habits are important too.
We usually meet for lunch or coffee.
Perfect. You can say, on weekends, I often meet my friends.
Nice. So we talked about habits by time and by day.
Right. Now let's look at habits in a different way. Some habits help you, and some habits don't.
Oh, you mean good habits and bad habits?
Exactly. Everyone has both.
That's true. Nobody is perfect.
Yes. And that's okay. The goal is to communicate in English.
So, Lucy, what is a good habit?
A good habit is something healthy or helpful. It helps your body, your mind, or your daily life.
Can you give some simple examples?
Of course, exercising, drinking enough water, reading books, and sleeping early are all good habits.
For me, a good habit is studying English a little every day.
That is an excellent habit. Studying a little every day is better than studying a lot one time.
Yes, it feels easier and less stressful.
Exactly. Small habits are easier to keep.
So, what is a bad habit?
A bad habit is something unhealthy or not helpful.
Like eating too much junk food.
Yes. Eating too much sugar, using your phone too much, or going to bed very late are common bad habits.
I think my bad habit is checking my phone before I sleep.
Many people have that habit. You are not alone.
Sometimes I feel tired the next morning.
That's how bad habits affect our daily life.
Lucy, how can we talk about good and bad habits in simple English?
We usually use very easy sentence patterns. For example, my good habit is, or my bad habit is.
Oh, that sounds simple.
Yes. For example, my good habit is drinking water every morning.
And my bad habit is staying up late.
Perfect, very clear and natural.
Can we also use words like always or usually?
Yes, absolutely. These words help us show how often we do something.
For example, I always drink water in the morning.
Or, I usually go to bed late.
Talking about bad habits feels a little uncomfortable sometimes.
That's normal. But remember, the goal is not to judge yourself.
The goal is to communicate.
Exactly. When you can talk about your habits, you can talk about your real life.
Can bad habits change?
Yes, they can. But we don't need to change everything at once.
Just one habit at a time.
Exactly. Small changes are easier and more realistic.
That makes me feel hopeful.
Good. Remember, everyone has good habits and bad habits. What matters is being aware and practicing English while talking about them. And the good news is, habits can change.
Lucy, how can we start a new habit? Sometimes I want to change, but I don't know where to begin.
That's a very honest question, Tom. And the good news is, starting a new habit does not have to be difficult.
Really? Because many people say, I will change my life on Monday, and then nothing happens.
Yes, because they try to change too much at the same time. So the first rule is, start very small.
Start small? What do you mean?
I mean, don't try to change everything in one day. Choose one small habit that feels easy. For example, if you want to drink more water, don't say, I will drink 2 liters every day. Just say, I will drink 1 glass of water in the morning.
One glass sounds much easier.
Exactly. When a habit is easy, you don't feel pressure.
What is the second rule?
The second rule is consistency. Doing something small every day is better than doing something big one time.
So 5 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week.
Yes. For English learners, studying for 5 or 10 minutes every day is a strong habit.
And the third rule?
The third rule is to connect your new habit to an old habit.
How does that work?
You add the new habit after something you already do every day. For example, after I brush my teeth, I read 1 page of an English book.
That feels natural because I already brush my teeth every day.
Exactly.
But what if I forget?
Forgetting is normal. Missing 1 day is not failure. You just try again tomorrow. The goal is progress, not perfection.
Do you have one more tip?
Yes, make your habit visible. If you want to read, put a book near your bed. If you want to drink water, put a glass on your desk.
So I can see it and remember it.
Exactly. Now, Tom, what new habit do you want to start?
I want to speak English every day. Just 1 minute after I make my coffee.
Perfect, small, clear, and realistic.
Wow, Lucy, we talked about many things in today's lesson.
Yes, we did. Let's take a moment to review everything together.
First, we talked about habits. A habit is something you do again and again, almost without thinking.
Right. Habits are part of your daily life, so they are easy and natural to talk about in English.
Then we talked about different kinds of habits.
Yes, we talked about morning habits, breakfast habits, travel habits, work and study habits, evening habits, night habits, and weekend habits.
That's a lot, but they all come from real life.
We also learned how to talk about habits using simple English.
Words like always, usually, often, sometimes, and never.
These words help you say how often you do something.
And we used very simple sentence patterns.
Yes. Short sentences are enough to speak clearly and confidently.
We also talked about good habits and bad habits.
That's right. Everyone has both. A good habit is healthy or helpful. A bad habit is not healthy or not helpful.
But having bad habits doesn't mean you are a bad person.
Exactly. The goal is not to judge yourself. The goal is to communicate and practice English.
I really liked the part about building new habits.
Me too. We learned that new habits should be small, easy, and consistent.
Start small, do it every day, and connect it to an old habit.
Yes, when habits feel easy, they are easier to keep.
I feel much more confident now. Talking about habits doesn't feel difficult anymore.
I'm very happy to hear that. If you can talk about your habits, you can talk about your real life.
And real-life English is the most useful English.
Now, before we finish, it's time for our question of the day.
Here is the question. What is one good habit you have?
And what is one bad habit you want to change?
You can write 1 or 2 simple sentences in the comments.
For example, my good habit is I always drink water in the morning. My bad habit is I go to bed late.
Simple English is great English.
If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit the like button to support our channel.
And don't forget to subscribe to Teacher English Speaking for more easy and practical English lessons.
Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and be kind to yourself.
See you in the next lesson. Goodbye.
Bye for now.